This is the SEMA Show 2018. I'm Kevin Ostie here at SEMA Central. And you know, if you come to the show, you might find some people who are pretty famous, but are also very instrumental in the car enthusiast genre, like our friend Jay Leno. Jay, welcome.
I like car enthusiast genre.
I just made that up.
Yeah, that sounds very collegey. Very good. Yeah, just car guys.
Yeah, that's
guys.
what we are. Having a good show?
I'm in a good show. Problem, not enough older white guys in the hobby. That's the trouble. That's the trouble, I think. That's the trouble.
Maybe if ever I become one, I'll join.
No, I see all the guys with this kind of hair. It's great. So.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite, as much as I like all the high-end build stuff, it's fun talking to the men and women that just building a 63 Falcon, a Camaro, Chevy Tuno. I mean, that's the real heart of the hobby. You know, the guys, the under $30,000 builds, that's kind of my favorite part. You know, whenever I come to these shows, I like to give out what I call the Rattle Can Award.
Nice.
You find the guy or the gal that built something, like yesterday over at the Hot Wheels show, the girl Susie, she had this 63 Rambler.
Yeah.
They built it for about $30,000. It's a fantastic car. I mean, LS3 standard, but very light. It weighed like 2,800 pounds. You know, it's lighter than a McLaren. It's hilarious. And her husband's a suspension engineer, so it handled, it was fast, and it was something you could build on a budget. They built it in their garage with, they didn't have a lift. They just 2x4s and boards, and I mean, to me, that's the real heart and soul of the hobby of those folks.
Well, I've seen that car, and I think part of the thing that makes it cool is by building kind of an oddball car to start with, they didn't have to invest a whole lot to buy something fancy.
Right, yeah. Well, to me, I like the oddball. I mean, as much as I love Camaros and 55 Chevys and Mustangs, there are other cars out there. Back in 2006, we built my Tornado. We converted it to rear-wheel drive, and we got Car of the Year with that. And nobody had done a Tornado before, and it's a great-looking shape. It's a great design, and it still looks contemporary. So sometimes the oddball stuff, the Nashes, the odd Ramblers, the American Motors stuff, there's a whole other world out there. You know?
See, I'm a Riv guy of the same genre. You start with a Riv, you would already been rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, there you go.
So congratulations on Leno's Garage. The show's
thanks.
doing great, and I also really enjoy your character on Last Man Standing.
Yeah, it's fun being on with Tim. You know, Tim. You should go see Tim Allen. He's at the Mirage tonight and tomorrow. And Tim is a real car guy. We talk cars every day on the set. That's kind of fun.
And it's a mainstream show, you know, but you guys have still worked in the car stuff. He's got a truck. You got a GTO on that show, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's not my GTO,
Joe,
but I'd like to get
character,
that GTO. Yeah, I like GTO. I've never had a GTO. One of these days, you know, I like that first generation, the 64, when it was sort of just a badge car, and they put the 389 and the 4-speed. Yeah, I mean, I like that one. So yeah, I like Pontiac.
I think what's cool about that particular show is you are a character, and your whole life you've been Jay Leno, and now you're this guy Joe. So what's it like to be an actor all of a sudden?
Well, it's the same clothes, and we talk about cars.
I know, it's the same stuff.
It's really not. It's like Caitlin and Bruce. It's the same person.
So which one are you on the show?
Same person.
Well, so you're not just here hanging out and checking out cars. You're working. You've got your Jay.
Yeah,
Leno's
we got
Garage
these
car
Jay
care
Leno
stuff.
car care products. This is stuff we developed in my garage over the last 10 years. I mean, I've sort of did it wrong. The way you're supposed to do this is you sit there and they come with a big check and they go, hold up this product, you know. But this is stuff, the one I'm especially proudest of is a metal polish, although for those of us that are into the older stuff with a lot of chrome and stainless and aluminum, we wanted to come up with a polish that didn't have any grit in it, didn't have any pumice, you know, you weren't taking a level of chrome. So it's strictly chemical. And boy, we've had great success. It worked really good, and we've developed a whole line of products. And it's been good. Feedback is good. People seem to like it, so we just slowly growing. Every year gets better, and it's a lot of fun.
There's actually a picture of you in your brochure polishing, looks like a brass nose cone of something with that stuff.
Oh, that is a 1917 Fiat with a Fiat 12A aero engine.
Of course.
Right after World War I, when hot rodders wanted to go fast, they just took an airplane engine and they put it in a car, because airplane engines were just bigger version of car engines.
Right.
And they were better built. They had, everything was redundant. You had twin mags, you had all this kind of stuff. So obviously if it stalled, you had usually 2 plugs per cylinder, sometimes 3. So they were really fantastic. It wasn't until World War II that aircraft engines really went a whole different way with radials and everything like that. So I love those late teens, early 20s aircraft engines. I love putting those in cars. They're a lot of fun. In fact, we just built a 32 Rolls with a 27-liter Merlin aircraft engine in it.
27-liter.
And we used a 3D printer to make the intake manifold, so we got it running on Weber carburetors. So it's a lot of fun. I just like the oddball stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I want to see here is that Elephant motor, that new Chrysler motor with 1,000 horsepower.
Oh, yeah, the Elephant motor.
Yeah, see, to me, I think it's great that manufacturers are doing these crate engines, because so many times, I think everybody's been through this, one guy does the honing of the block, another guy does your cams, another guy, and when it doesn't run right, you're heartbroken, and who do you blame? You know, the cam's no good. Well, that was not, I didn't do the cam. I did the, well, it seized because the oiling was bad. You know, so to me, when you get these fabulous crate engines from Chrysler and Chevy and Ford, you drop them right in. You've got horsepower that was back in our day just unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You know? I mean, 1,000 horsepower, that Elephant motor.
You know, the other neat aspect of those is they can compress time.
Right.
So if you have to take apart your hand-built engine and go back to your machinist and wait,
right.
A lot of these are warrantied.
Right.
And we do installs of those crate engines in our shop, and if there's a problem, you call the guy, he brings another one, and they actually pay you to fix it.
Well, the really hard part is trying to find a machinist even, you know. We have some scholarships set up at McPherson College in Kansas.
Right on.
It's really good. It's the only college that gives a 4-year degree in auto mechanics, because most guys tell their parents, I want to be a mechanic. The parents and mothers crying, the fathers, right. What did we do wrong? But because in America, to be a mechanic, you just hung on a sign that says, I'm a mechanic. Like in Germany, you're certified. And like McPherson, now you're certified as an auto technician, you know. My favorite sign, I saw it at a gas station in California once. It said, we specialize in all makes of cars. They specialize in everything. And it's just I just thought.
That's not a specialist.
No, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. So to me, to get more young kids interested in machining and all this kind of stuff, you know, try to get springs re-arced. And I mean, it's almost impossible now. They're all gone out of business. Even brake shoes, getting them
relined, getting
them arced. You know.
Oh yeah.
I went to a place that put new lining on. Can you arc these? And the kid, what do you mean? You know, fit them to the drum.
Yeah.
Didn't know what I was talking, because they don't do that anymore. They just get the shoe and it's, you know.
Yeah, what he's talking about, I have a Buick service manual for that rib I was talking about, and it says when you put new shoes on, you measure and you have to reduce that arc 30 thousandths so that it fits or it hangs up.
My favorite thing is I have a Vincent motorcycle from 1936. It's the V-twin. And it says in the owner's manual, after 1,000 miles, the owner should disassemble engine, check everything, reassemble.
Right, nice.
That's my favorite.
That's how you do it.
Check engines, reassemble, and you're all set.
And then go riding. I'll be fine.
Exactly.
Well, you mentioned that that Elephant engine, so you've got a brand new episode of Jay Leno's Garage where you had one of those Hellcat red-eye cars.
Yeah, that's
smokes.
Yeah. You know, I'm a huge fan. That's like one of my favorite American cars, the Hellcat, because it's a classic American road car. It doesn't pretend to be a sports car, but it's a car, if you need to you cover a lot of distance, really. If you're driving 300 miles to Vegas, it seats 4 people, it's really fast, and the fact that they've had that body style for 10 years, I like it because they just keep refining it. So instead of just coming out with something totally new, I mean, I've got a Hellcat, no squeaks, no rattles. It's a fantastic car, just bulletproof, and you got 707 horsepower.
Yeah.
But of course now with the Demon, the Hellcat 2, now that's like the wife's car now.
Yeah, and they're big cars.
They are big cars.
But they scaled the design nicely.
But you know, it's what it should have been back in the 60s. I've got a Challenger, a 70 Hemi Challenger, and you know, it's like walking around with a rolled up sock in your pants. It looks impressive. But you get your doors blown off by kids in Honda Accords, you know, because, I mean, you know, when I was a kid, 0 to 60 in anything under 10 seconds was crazy. And the Hemi went 6.4. Oh my God. You know, now a Volkswagen GTI is like 5.3.
Right.
And you realize you're making a lot of noise and you're using a lot of gas. You're not really going anywhere.
Well, and a dual quad Hemi car it needs an education on its own just to start it and keep it alive and drive.
And it's fun because you watch the the gas gauge and the minute hand on the clock move at the same
Yeah, the
rate.
tick-tock tank.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly.
So I noticed you guys have added a few new products to the Leno's Garage car care line.
Right.
And one of them is a hydrophobic detail spray that repels water. What's that all about?
Yeah, that works really, really well. I'm surprised how well it works. You know, if you got a car show to get to and you don't want to feel like doing a whole polish thing, it really brings a luster and sheen to it and sort of seals the paint. I'm not the chemist. We work with those guys and we tell them what we want, and they come back, we try it. Now, then more of this, more of that. And we keep cutting the profit margins so we can make the product a little bit better. So we're razor thin, and that's where we are now. So I think you get a lot of product for the money.
Well, the reason why I brought that up is because a lot of people might think, like you were saying initially, that it's write the check, put your name on it. But it's been, so far my experience, these hydrophobic type products generally are very expensive, specialized things. You got to go somewhere to have it done.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're the only one I know of that is innovating a spray
That's
bottle.
good. It's not homophobic, it's hydrophobic. Yeah.
There's a difference.
Not homophobic.
Right on. So, so you're going to hang out here. What's next on your list of fun things to do?
Well, I'm just going to walk the floor, and we're going to go to the booth and sign some stuff and show the products to people. But it's always exciting to come here. I mean, it really is. This is, you know, my wife knows to stay home. You know, this is not going to be fun for her. You know, it's just like guys looking for shoes at the mall. If you're, you know, so. But yeah, I'm astounded at the innovations I see every year, and how you know, when I bought my Dodge Viper in '94, when I got the coupe. They said, this thing's got 450 horsepower. You'll never see that much horsepower in a car again. With emissions, you'll never see this kind of power again. Oh, okay. So I fell for that, and I bought one, and I still have it.
Yeah.
But that's the base model now.
Right.
I mean, what used to be the big high-end Corvette is now the base model, 450 horsepower. You know?
Yeah.
And so it's the fact that I'm one of those people who believes engineers can save the world. You know, and the fact that you can get mileage and performance and power and emissions.
And reliability.
Yeah, and reliability. I mean, when you bought a Hemi in '66, you got a 90-day warranty. And if they found out you raced it, that 90 days is gone. You were out the window.
Yeah, there was a big sticker on the door jamb.
Yeah, we had Steve Beam from Hellcat over at the garage. He goes, beat the hell out of it. You can't break it. Don't worry about it. And I said, really? Underwear? Yeah. So it's great. It's really cool. Yeah.
And if you did break it, they might fix it, unless, in your case, it was on camera.
Right,
they know.
Yeah, then they know.
Yeah. Well, Jay, it's always a pleasure. We appreciate you being such a great voice for the hobby and taking time to share stories with us.
See you out on the floor, everybody.
Jay Leno at SEMA 2018. Thanks.